everyone, and welcome to another WorksheetCloud Grade 2 English lesson with me, Mrs. Greenwood. I hope that you are all well and ready for today's lesson. Now, if you have any questions after the lesson, then please ask Mom or Dad to send an email to grade2@worksheetcloud.com. But for now, let's begin with today's lesson. Doesn't that look beautiful? If you have a look at this picture, what can you see? Now remember, everything that you can see is called a noun. That's right, everything you see is called a noun. So let's look for a few nouns on this picture. King, yes, and there's a princess. Oh, look, there's a fox. There are flowers. There's a river. There are stones. Now, if you look at the king, there are also things on the king that you can see. There's a crown. That's right, that's easy to see. He's got a moustache, eyebrows, eyes, nose, mouth, beard. He's wearing a tunic. So everything you can see is a noun. And what is this big thing in the background? Yes, a castle. And it's got turrets. Those are all the different areas that go up into the air. They are called turrets. It has a door. We can see a tree. We can see blossoms. The fox, if you look at the fox, he has a tail. He has ears, eyes, nose, mouth, fur, legs, neck, face, and all of those are nouns. There are plenty more nouns in this picture. But I want to ask you, if you had to think of a title, we're going to be talking about a book, and if you had to think about a title for this book, what title would you give this book? Ah, that's a nice one. The Beautiful Kingdom. I like that. Can you think of something else? The Kind King and His Daughter. Oh, I like that one. Someone said, The Laughing Princess. Yes, I think I like that title. So this story is called The Laughing Princess. Let's read through the following words before we get to our story. Once, upon, time. Look at the word time. It has the fairy E, the magic E at the end. So Tim changed to time. Wouldn't. Look here, what do you see? Well done! Someone remembered this is a contraction. A contraction is where you take two words and you contract them, make them shrink into one word. So the two words were would and not, and when we make one word, it's wouldn't. Wouldn't. And we've left out the R in not, so we put a little apostrophe over there. So would and not make wouldn't. Let's look at a few more. Base, started, magic key. Oh, you know this one. About, king, princess, chicken, poster, new, try, disappear, teeth, cushion, girl, funny, tripped, mouth, chicken, laughing. Now let's see if you can read these words all by yourself as we go through them. I'll give you a clue. The first one is once. Remember that one had the contraction in. And now, let's see if you can remember what syllables are all about. Who can remember? That's right. That's where you break it up into smaller parts, like syllables. And in one of our previous lessons, I gave you a clue. I said that every syllable, every part of the word has to have a vowel in it. And sometimes the vowel is the y that stands in for the I sound. Syllables. Syllables. Can you see they've all got a vowel in? And this one's got a y in. So let's clap these words. Kingdom. How do you think you're going to clap that? Kingdom. Well done. Kingdom. How many parts in there? 2 parts. Very good. Princess. Can you clap that for me, please? Princess. Very good. That also has 2 parts. Look at this word now. Adventure. How many parts do you think this has? Adventure. Good. And as you can see, it has 3 parts. Adventure. And all 3 parts have got a vowel in them. A, e, and ah. This part has got 2 vowels in it. A and e. Adventure. Here is our story about the princess who wouldn't laugh. And we are going to read through it, and you can read with me as we go along. I would like to hear you reading. Here we go. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a princess. Everyone tried to make her laugh, but no one could get it right. Kipper asked the children to make him laugh. Biff pulled a funny face, but that didn't make Kipper laugh. Chip told a funny joke, but he still didn't laugh. Why don't you want to laugh, Kipper? Asked Biff. Then Chip showed Kipper a set of joke teeth. It was new and funny. The teeth went click, click, click. The children all started laughing. Suddenly, the magic key started to glow, and it took them on a new adventure. They found themselves in a small village, and they saw a poster on a tree. Let's see if you can read what the poster says. Oh, yes, I heard you read it. Can you make the princess laugh? Big prizes to win. I am sure that I can make the princess laugh, said Kipper. The king arrived in the village. Now it was probably his village. A young girl told him a joke. The princess won't laugh because that's not funny, said the king. A man dressed up as a chicken came to speak to the king. Oh, no, not, said the king, not another chicken. Biff told the king that they could make the princess laugh. Kipper showed the teeth to the king. It went click, click, click. Everyone laughed and laughed, The king also started laughing. "The princess will laugh at this," he said. But then the teeth fell out of Kipper's hands. A dog grabbed them and ran away with the teeth in its mouth. "Get the teeth and catch the dog!" shouted the king. All the people and even the king ran after the dog, but the dog was too fast for them. "Catch the dog!" they shouted. As they ran along, the king tripped and fell. He was full of mud and very dirty. Uh-oh. Then the dog saw a bone lying in the road. He stopped to sniff the bone. Chip grabbed the dog, and the teeth fell out of the dog's mouth. Kipper grabbed the teeth, but they were broken. "Oh, oh dear," said the king. "What a pity! I really thought that these would help to make the princess laugh." The king put the teeth on a cushion, and they all walked to the palace. The princess heard the noise and looked out of her window to see what was going on. When she looked out of her window, she saw the king. The princess began laughing. She laughed and laughed at her dad. His clothes were very dirty, and he was still carrying the cushion with the joke teeth on. She couldn't stop laughing. "The king has made the princess laugh," said everyone, and they clapped their hands. Suddenly the magic key began to glow, and the children returned home. "I wonder what made the princess laugh?" asked Kipper. "Well, people laugh about silly things," said Chip. And that's the end of our story. So thank you for reading it with me. And as you could hear, when I read the story, I changed my voice in a few places. Like when you say, "Oh dear," you're not just going to say, "Oh dear." You're going to say, "Oh dear." And you could see it had an exclamation mark, so it told me that I had to change my voice. And what I want you to do today, I want you to read the story over out aloud to mom or dad or to your brother or sister. I also want you to please draw a beautiful picture afterwards and make sure it's bright and colorful and that you've captured everything about the story in your picture. Or perhaps you can just do the part that really excited you and that you really enjoyed. I'm sure mom and dad are going to love hearing you read the story out aloud. So practice it once or twice and then go and read it to them using all the expressions. And when you see exclamation marks, remember you've got to change your voice. And when you ask a question, you also change your voice a little bit. So have fun and enjoy reading the story to them. Thank you for watching Grade 2s. This lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud and by me, Mrs. Greenwood. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.